It's time for November's vinyl update, and yes, I have hastily re-recorded this because I said the wrong month. Ahoy everybody, and yes, another month over, so time for another vinyl update. Basically not showing you anything this month, apart from one bit that was in one of the box sets that I unboxed. So plenty for you to see. Little bit of pre-loved, but nearly all new releases as well. But yeah, let's crack straight on. We'll start with the pre-loved. So Kieran at A Slice of Vinyl was doing his regular Thursday evening video where he shows off what's coming this week, that week. And as he showed this one, he said, "Oh, I think this is one for you, Martin." And it was. So for £5 less my 10% discount, so £4.50. This is BBC Records, BBC Space themes. Includes Blake 7, Apollo, Doctor Who, Quatermass, Sky at Night, Star Trek, Journey into Space. Moonbase 3, A for Andromeda. All sorts on here. Tomorrow's World, was that listed on the front? No, Tomorrow's World. And then lots of details about the tracks there. Plain inner on, actually on BBC Records. Very good condition. So looking forward to giving that a spin. That's, you know, sort of good background music. And then also he bought a collection of soundtracks. Unfortunately no Bond in it, but lots of interesting stuff. But what we did have was actually 2 copies of this album, which I asked him to put one by. He actually put both by and let me choose which one I wanted. Both of them, the vinyl was excellent, but the cover was slightly better on this one. This is £25, so what's that, £22.50 after my discount. Yeah, so you may recall I said last year, I think it was, that I'd noticed, you know, it had dawned on me that I didn't have any Star Wars soundtracks, and that I wanted to get the original trilogy on vinyl, and I'd pick up any others if I found them cheap. I then subsequently found Star Wars, which obviously became A New Hope, but he's just credited as Star Wars on the vinyl release, the original vinyl release, in Fairham, and bought that. And now I've did Empire Strikes Back, the original soundtrack from a motion picture. I did particularly want Empire because, of course, it introduces the Imperial March. Went straight out of my head for a minute then. But yeah, so it's got a little book in the middle, which I think similar to. Oh no, it's not actually in the book, but on the back page here, it's John Williams talking about all the pieces of music. And this is on RSO. And yeah, the vinyl was perfect. So the only difference between the 2 copies, he did say, you know, if the vinyl's better in one and the sleeve's better on the other, feel free to swap them. But no, both of them, the vinyl was perfect. The sleeve on the other one was slightly bent in the corner, I think it was. Nothing major. Yeah, been in Slice of Vinyl quite a bit this month to pick up various pre-orders. Didn't do a proper browse, but he did get a few bits in one week, but I thought, oh, if they're still in the new in bin tomorrow, because he showed it Thursday night as usual and I went in on a Friday, I'll grab them. and he did, and it was just these 2 albums by Kid Creole and the Coconuts. So for £8, so £7.20. This is Off the Coast of Me. These are both earlier albums, I seem to recall. Pre Tropical Gangsters, so, you know, which had the hits on it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that I recognise. You never know, I might, you know, have heard a track or two. But again, vinyl's excellent on these as well. And for £7, so £6.30 after my discount. This is Fresh Fruit in Foreign Places. Yeah, so this was 81, and I think, when was the other one? It's got a date on it. No, I can't see a date on that one. So yeah, pleased to pick those up. So that's all the pre-loved. You know, there's so many new releases coming out, I didn't really feel the need to do a browse, and I was, you know, I had my week off where I sorted my room out. Incidentally, Room Tour is filmed, should be up in the next few days. But yes, the rest is all new stuff, and is all, I think, new releases or re-releases. First up is this box set, which is sort of the culmination of the PJ Harvey reissue campaign. This is B-sides, demos and rarities, the definitive collection of PJ Harvey B-sides, rarities and non-album demos. 59 tracks, 14 previously unreleased, spanning 3 decades, 6 LP set, pressed on 180 gram vinyl. Artwork features rare and unseen archive photography. So this Kieran ordered in for me, as he did all the PJ Harvey reissue campaign, and as with those he also got me the CD, which is it's just a free CD, little fold out, I think it is, looking at it. Yeah, it's nothing extravagant in the packaging. Where is he? In a slipcase. And then record 1. They all just come in plain polyline sleeves, normal black vinyl, basic labels, so I won't show you them all. LP2. A lot of these B-sides I have got, because I have got a lot of her singles. But it's nice to have them all in one place, and they've also got other bits on there. So previously unreleased, 14 was it? Previously unreleased tracks. And it's also got like the demos that are on the All About Eve album, Red Right Hand from Piggy Blinders, one of the tracks from the Virtues, some digital only tracks as well, which I have digitally but not physically, so it's a nice set. And yeah, just completes that little run of reissues very nicely. I hope they would do something like this when, you know, they started the campaign and it was obvious that we were getting the demos albums for each album, but not any B-sides or anything like that. I hoped that they would round it up with such a release, and they did. Sleeper have reissued their second album, The It Girl. So they reissued Smart in 2015 for the 20th anniversary of that album. No, I don't mean that. In 2020 for the 25th anniversary is what I mean. They're a year out on this one. So it's the 26th anniversary this has come out for. But yeah, magnificent album. With Smart, they did a CD reissue and a vinyl reissue. What they've done for the It Girl is there's no CD reissue of the actual album. When you buy the vinyl, you get with it, as you'll see, a CD with B-sides and demos, is it? Yeah, B-sides and demos. And then they also, because they did earlier this year, they did an It Girl tour where they played the album in full. Sadly, it didn't come anywhere particularly near, so I didn't get to see it. But they recorded it, most of it, and most of the tour, and they sort of done an It Girl live album compiled from various shows. But yeah, the actual reissue. So this is a copy I ordered through Sleeper's website. So it's signed by the three members who were members at the time. So that's Louise, John and Andy. And then yeah, inside we get the CD, which I don't know, just looks like it might actually be a CDR. It's fine, sort of a pressed CDR, if that makes sense. Which has got the 6 B-sides and then Louise's home demos of 6 tracks, some of which aren't on the album. A print, double-sided. And then a sleeve with lyrics and some nice artwork compiling various shoots from the time. And yeah, this is the exclusive to their website. It's green. There is, holding it up to with the ring light shining. It is more translucent than it originally appeared, and there's also lots of black dots in it as well. Did come packaged unsealed and in this PVC sleeve, and they've applied it because it's a different colour, I presume, a separate barcode on there. And then through Kieran I ordered the red vinyl copy, which is otherwise it's identical. Obviously it's not signed, but is otherwise identical, same print, same CD, which I presume is also therefore a CDR. No, this is a proper, that's interesting. So this is a proper press CD. That's, yeah, well, I think it's interesting anyway. But yeah, this is the red vinyl. Nearly dropped it. Red vinyl. Again, slight, not dots in this case, but sort of wisps of black in there as well. Okay, then we've had a second Joss Stone release for this year, or second Joss Stone new album, third release of the year because of the Record Store Day release as well. But she's released a Christmas album, Merry Christmas Love. I ordered the CD am a vinyl, as tends to happen a lot at the moment. Came out a few weeks after the CD. Haven't listened to either because I don't listen to Christmas music until the 1st of December, which is today, so I can now start listening to these things. But yeah, this is Merry Christmas Love by Joss Stone. First ever holiday album from Joss Stone. I think it's all classic songs. I don't think there's anything written specifically for this album. Oh no, there's one. There you go. Bring On Christmas Day, written by Joss Stone. Oh, and If You Believe, written by Joss Stone. There's two. Okay. So there's two of our own tracks on here. Got to get my money in, haven't you? And then just normal black vinyl. Bought from Amazon. They've reissued Prince's two hits albums, a Hits 1 and a Hits 2, which were originally released in '93. They were, at the time, the only Prince greatest hits that had been released, apart from some promos. You may recall last year, I think it was last year, the Hits 1 came out in a strange release. It was through Chibo in Germany, on purple vinyl, which they then sold copies of through the official Prince website, and I managed to grab one of those. But it was just for Hits 1, no Hits 2. They've now been reissued on black vinyl, although I've not seen anything about them in the UK, and Kieran didn't know anything about them when another customer asked him about them. And then creamy white vinyl, Hits 1 exclusive to Target, and Hits 2 exclusive to Walmart in the States. But again, the Prince store was selling them, so I picked up one of each. So this is the Hits 1, you can see. With the Chibo ones, there was no sort of indication of Chibo on the ones bought through Prince's store. And similarly, there was some exclusive versions of 1999 A Sign of the Times that came out earlier this year, which I never ended up picking up. I still want to, really. And again, they were Target and Walmart, but I don't think they were stickered stock through the Prince store, but these are stickered stock. So that's the inners. Sleeve notes by Alan Leeds. Yeah, so they call them creamy white vinyl. They're just white. They're not really creamy. There was an error on the label. I think it was on the label. On the Chibo copy as well, but that's not on this copy, so they have redone them for these re-releases. And then Hits 2. So this was for Walmart exclusive. Brixie's photos. Yeah, the Sign of the Times in 1999 exclusive releases from earlier this year were white vinyl with white marbling of sorts, but it was sort of wisps of white through them. They looked quite nice. It's just that when they were released, I didn't really have the funds to order them, and now they're sold out. So if you watched last month's video, I'd picked up all the coloured variants of Taylor Swift's new album Midnights, bar one which wasn't available anywhere, and I said there that I'd managed to find a copy on eBay. That eventually came. Excuse me. So this is the jade green version of Midnights. So I, apart from just for general completeness sake. Main reason I wanted this was because to complete the clock face that runs through the different sleeves. But yeah, I've listened to this album many times now because I've listened to, what, 4 vinyl copies and 5 CD copies through the month, and it's a very strong album. But yeah, nice marbly jade green. I think I showed the gatefold. So with these albums, each different variant, the booklet artwork's the same, but all the other artwork varies. That's not worked properly, never mind. And I think, did I mention? I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last one. So I showed the 2 copies of the reissue of Impossible Princess by Kylie Minogue, the purple marble and the orange copies that I'd bought. I think I mentioned that I'd given in and ordered the picture disc version through her website as well, and that turned up. That was, yeah, I'm pretty certain I did mention it because it had sold out, but they repressed it. So it's a nice release actually. It comes in the normal gatefold, and you get the lyric sheet inside, but then in the front gatefold, rather than having the album cover, you've got the clear window, and then the picture disc comes in a polyline sleeve with the album cover on one side, and then it's purple with that year's K symbol. And whilst I was on there ordering that, I succumbed to something I hadn't bothered with when it was announced. But to commemorate what at the time was the last episode of Neighbours, although that's now looks like it's being brought back. I'll sort that. No, I'm in. They reissued a 7-inch single of Especially For You by Kylie and Jason. So as I say, I hadn't bothered at the time, but since I was getting that, I thought I'll sod it. And ordered this as well. Just for completeness sake, really. Still on a Kylie trip then. Let's skip that one. They've also reissued her Christmas album on vinyl. I think this is the first time on vinyl, but it's an old album. I might be wrong, it might have had a limited vinyl release. 2015 though, so I doubt it. But as you can see, Kieran ordered that in for me. That's just black vinyl. Then Eliza Doolittle, although she just goes by Eliza nowadays. New album out, and it was released digitally in October, I think it was, but vinyl came out a couple of weeks ago, and my copy arrived. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's her more R&B dancey music rather than a pop music. A Sky Without Stars on 180 gram heavyweight vinyl. Not overly impressed with the packaging. For a start, there's no pictures of her on it, which are always nice. Lyrics on an inner. Funny font as well, and no album title on the cover, just little things like that. And similarly, not immediately obvious, you can work it out by the songs written round the rim, but not immediately obvious which side's which on the vinyl. So that was bought directly from her website. Acid Jazz have reissued Matt Berry's third album, I think it is, Music for Insomniacs, which is 2 sides of music. Music for Insomniacs Part 1 on side 1 and Part 2 on side 2, which are basically, does what it says on the tin. They're just designed to help insomniacs go to sleep. Fortunately, not a problem that I suffer with, but nice ambient backing music. Then my presumably last for the year package from Reckless Yes Records turned up. So I've mentioned this before. I subscribe to Reckless Yes Records. For £70 odd a year, they send me everything they release. If it's on vinyl, I get a vinyl copy, and if there's multiple vinyl editions, I get the rarest one of those. And then anything that's just released on CD, I get the CDs. Only had a couple of vinyl releases from them this year because they've obviously been affected by the vinyl pressing plant problems that many people have. So it's mostly been CD this year, but actually 3 vinyl releases in this last batch. So we have the Crystal Furs in Coastal Light. I did have a CD from the Crystal Furs, I think, earlier in the year. I seem to recall, I might be wrong, and they were okay. This is the only interesting vinyl, if you like. This is a nice turquoisey one. Get him. Then we have, these only turned up yesterday, so definitely haven't listened to these. Chorus Girl with Calypso Calypso, who I'm not familiar with at all. Nice press sleeve. Just plain black vinyl. That should be interesting. That label on the turntable. And Nervous Twitch again. I think, yeah, I'm pretty certain I've got their previous release from last year. Yes. Some People Never Change. Might be the previous one was an EP. I can't remember if it's a full album or not. And I can't remember. There's been nothing I haven't liked through these releases. I can't remember how much I liked that previous one. Yeah, and the only other thing to show, I have shown already, so I did a full unboxing of this Queen the Miracle Collector's Edition, which is mainly CD. It's 5 CDs, a Blu-ray, a DVD, but it does have... Just started working my way through the CDs, haven't listened to this yet. It does have the album, but it is... it's the first time in a gatefold sleeve, but it's actually reinstated Too Much Love Will Kill You into the track listing. And the whole album's been mastered from the original tapes, it's not the previous remaster. So looking forward to giving that a spin. So yeah, decent haul this month of largely new vinyl. Pleased with that. December's always a funny one. I have got one to pick up, which I should be doing tomorrow. And I will do a bit of shopping whilst I'm there, I expect. But I don't... There's a couple of sort of stuff that's en route to me. I say a couple, at least one anyway, that's en route to me that hasn't got to me yet with all the postal problems. Although it's actually coming from the US, so that explains it as well. other than that, who knows, hopefully Christmas will bring some goodies and I will do a Christmas haul video. But yeah, we'll see. I have also raided my mum and late stepdad's record collections that are up in the loft. I've recorded a separate video for that. It's a lot of stuff that I've nabbed. Too much to show in this video, plus it would be in the wrong order anyway. I won't show that in next month's vinyl haul either, again just because of the volume of it, and it's not really a haul. So just keep your eye open for that video. It's recorded, I just need to edit and upload it. Probably it'll be up next week sometime. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe if you only watch these vinyl haul videos but you've got this far. Obviously the next one of these will be after Christmas, so if you don't watch any of my other videos, A, please do, and B, Merry Christmas. Yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.